Really? Really? Can you be normal, please? Can you act? No. That's not normal. Can you act normal, please? Hey guys, welcome to another video. So for today's video, I wanted to make a junk journal. And this is inspired by, her name is Amber, but she goes by Lyric Lover 810 on YouTube. I'm going to put her channel down in the comments below. Specifically, I'm going to put the video that this was inspired by down below. She's having a use up your paper like episodes. Yeah, series. Good thinking. She's so she's given all sorts of ideas about using up your paper, which would be perfect for me, except for the fact that I just went Tuesday mornings, bought more paper. So now I really need to use up my paper. But I'm really excited because Tuesday mornings had this Maggie Holmes Bloom collection for $6.99. It's regularly $19.99. And then like there's so much cool stuff. So I found this K & Company that has like all this ephemera and die cuts with it that like they're not meant to go with the Maggie Holmes Bloom collection, but they really work well. And then I found this. Look.
They're so pretty.
Maggie Holmes sticker book. And this, you know, this matches a lot of the Bloom collection. Again, I don't think it's meant specifically for the Bloom collection, but it matches like to a T.
Maggie Holmes
I think I think Maggie Holmes does match every. I think she has like a theme, yeah. And then it goes on. And then I got a chipboard sticker pack from this is the Bloom collection. So I'm really excited. Just to give you guys an idea. So I told you that the paper itself was $6.99. And the book was, the sticker book was $6.99. This K & Company, $149 for all of that. Look at how much stuff is in there. 44 pieces. That's a lot. And then this was $2.99.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Aren't they beautiful? I love them. So anyway, I wanted to do a junk journal. I know, with all my pretty papers. So I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do because like Amber put some like bags, gift bags and stuff, and I don't have any bags. I could make some bags though with paper. And then I also got this little puncher tool. It's a sticky piercer. I got that so I could pierce through the journal and do a little closure. I couldn't find any white ribbon. I really wanted to get white just because, you know, black kind of stands out, but and then all they had were like teal and purple, and I didn't want to do that because I didn't want it to like clash with anything that I was doing. So we're gonna see how this goes. I want to make it, I looked up, size B6 is a 5x7, so that's what I want the ultimate journal to be, is a 5x7, just because I wanted it to be like a standard size. I didn't want to just cut out a whole bunch of paper and throw it all together and not make it like a standard size. So I'm going to make it, the final one, be a B6, 5x7. So I'm going to position the camera down here on my craft mat. Y'all, my craft mat is a mess. I'm sorry. It is covered in paint and it's disgusting and sorry, but
alcohol ink.
Alcohol inks, yeah. So I guess I need to get a new one, but who wants to get a new craft mat when you can buy all like this fun stuff? You know? Who wants to waste money on a craft mat? So that's the background, is this. Or I could just take it off and use my desk. I don't know, I'm just kind of rambling at this point. All right, let's get to it. Okay, so before we start, I said I was going to use the Maggie Holmes Bloom collection. Well, I'm also using a page from the Gather collection. This one I got at Tuesday Mornings. This one was originally $6.99 at Tuesday Mornings, and then it was 40% off. This was a while ago, though. This wasn't just now. This was like, Hannah, remember we went up to Tuesday Mornings and got all that on sale? What was that, like 2 months ago?
Yes.
A month or two ago, maybe?
I think so.
Anyway, so I'm just using, this one is actually from the Gather collection. This paper right here, which is going to be the outside of my journal because I love it. I love it. All right, let me put my paper away and then we'll get to crafting. So the first thing I'm doing here is creating an envelope, and the envelope's going to be the center of my junk journal. If you watch Amber's video, you'll see she explains that that's how we're going to hide our binding system in the center of the journal. I love this idea, and I have actually taken this idea and used it for other journals as well. So that's what I'm doing right here, is just creating an envelope, and you'll see once I get done with this envelope that it's really not the right size. But that's okay, because we are going to make it work. So now all I'm doing is just cutting all of my pages down to 5 by 7. I am going to go in and add other size pages, but the largest one is going to be 5 by 7 because that's what I want the outside of the journal to measure. I do believe I add 1/4 of an inch on each side for the cover. So the inside is going to measure 5 by 7, all the pieces inside, and then the outside cover is going to measure 5 1/4 by 7 1/4, just because I want to have that bit of overhang, so as you stuff your junk journal, it doesn't come like out the sides. here's where I'm adding some different elements to this junk journal. I'm going to put in some envelopes, and I'm also going to put in some of the scrap pieces of paper that are left over from the ones I cut down. And I also put in a watercolor page, piece of watercolor paper. I know that I enjoy watercoloring, and you cannot do that on regular paper. So I wanted to make sure that there was a paper here that I was able to use watercolor on. So after I folded my envelopes in half, because they're going to go into the journal, and I cut off each side, I wanted to make like a little slit, and so I decided to use my envelope punch board to make that little punch so I could stick tags in those. So I'm just deciding what order I want my pages to go in, and I want to kind of mix and match, like an envelope here and a smaller page here and then a larger page. But the one thing that I do need to make sure is that I keep that homemade envelope that I made. It can't be put together. I forgot to mention that. You can't put it together right away. You have to wait until you do the binding, because that's how it's going to hide the binding system. And here's where I realized that I measured it wrong. So I'm just going to go in and fix it. So I'm just paper clipping everything together so that nothing moves when I try to bind it. And as far as doing the binding, I'm going to refer you over to Amber if you want a detailed instruction, because I screwed it all up. I did not have the proper needle. I did not have the proper system at all for binding. So I just kind of made mine work. I rigged things here and there. So I'm going to refer you over to Amber's if you want to learn how to do the binding system. So again, in the description box, I'm going to have a link to her video, and I want you to go over there. She's so much better of a teacher than I am. I'm just kind of showing you how I'm putting this together. But again, ran into some snafus because didn't have the proper material. So now that I finally made the binding work, now I'm going to put together that envelope in the center. And as you can see, as I put it together, it hides all the strings. Like, I'm so excited about it. I never thought to do that, and thank God I watched her video, because like I said, now I'm doing this for all of my journals. I just love that you don't have to see that binding system in the center as you flip through your journal. I'm just going to add a little half of these Velcro dots. I don't want to add a whole one because I don't want it to be like super sticky. I just want to add a half just to give it enough to close the envelope, but still be able to pull it open real easy and not, you know, damage the paper. So now I'll slow the video down and just kind of give you a flip through of what the basic journal looks like. I haven't done any embellishing yet. This is literally just the pages and the envelopes that I added in here. So let me flip through here and show you what we've got. I've got some regular computer paper. I've got those envelopes there that I cut both sides off of, so that way we have, you know, tuck spots all over the place. I've got the Maggie Holmes paper, and then I've got a piece of watercolor paper. That's the watercolor paper that's real thick, and then of course the back side of all of those pages. Now, I personally chose just to go in and round all the corners. You do not have to do that. I just feel like it protects the book a little bit more from the corners being caught on things. So that's what I chose to do. Next, I'm going to go in and just add some pockets with some of the scraps that are left over by just gluing 3 sides of, you know, some of the scraps there, just to make pockets for tuck spots and, you know, journaling, anything like that. So then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to decorate this journal off camera. It took me a while, so I didn't want to do it on camera. I thought it would be too long of a process. I enjoy the you know, the embellishing and the decorating of the journal. That's like my favorite part, and I didn't want to feel rushed on camera, so I chose to do it off camera. But I will give you a walkthrough of everything as soon as I'm done. All right, so here it is. I love the way it turned out. This is going to be my personal journal. I'm going to use this for journaling.
I've never done a journal before, so I'm, excited and kind of nervous, like I don't know what I'm doing, but I want to start putting some things in this. I think I'm going to do weekly journaling. So I've just got this cotton string here that I used to bind it. I just used that to close it. And then on the front there, I just have some different elements. I have paper, I have stickers, I have that heart is actually a chipboard sticker. And underneath it, I just wound up some of the string again, just to kind of bring that into the front. This is a miniature clothespin that I had made, and I just stuck it there to add some lace and a little bit of detail. In the front cover here, I just have a recycled plastic bag that I used to put some of these little tags in. I just took these tags that I got at the Dollar Tree and embellished them, and I just stuck them right in that pocket. This is just a little sticky note that I glued down. And then we've just got some stickers and some washi tape. And then I chose to embellish the envelope with, again, just some stickers from the Maggie Holmes collection. And then inside I added some of those tags. I absolutely love those. They're pretty sparkly and they've got beautiful colors. So there's room for writing on the back of them. They're not decorated on both sides, so you can either put pictures on the back or just write on the back for journaling. And then this is another one of the tags that I just glued down on 3 sides and use as a pocket. So if you don't have any tags, I made this tag myself, and all I did was just take a scrap of paper and put some stickers on it, and it turned into like a little journaling card. So you don't have to go out and buy journaling cards. You can use what you have to make journaling cards. I was just thinking, how perfect would this be for a Mother's Day gift? I think next week is Mother's Day coming up. So how perfect would this be to either fill with memories or give it to your mom blank? I just think it would be a great Mother's Day gift for journaling and for, keeping memories, or like I said, print out the memories, pictures, journaling, and give it to them already completed. I think that would be really nice for them to be able to read your thoughts on, growing up and things that were special that they did. To make sure that there was plenty of decoration, but I also wanted to leave plenty of room for you to write your own thoughts or to put in, ticket stubs or maps or whatever you're trying to, remember, whatever the memory may be. I wanted plenty of room for you to be able to include that in this journal. It's actually for me, so I wanted to be able to make sure I have plenty of room for journaling. you got some inspiration from this journal. I hope that you guys are inspired to put together your own for memories, or like I said, your mom, or your sister, whoever you want to gift this to, or like I'm keeping it for myself. And doing some journaling in it. If you have any questions for me, please ask in the description box below. Sometimes I'm not the greatest at explaining things, but I sure do try. So if you have any questions, leave them down there. And I hope that you guys enjoyed watching today's video. If you like these crafting videos, make sure you give me a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Also, hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss any other Chaotic Mom videos. Alright guys, I encourage you to go over to Amber's channel where I got this inspiration from and watch her video, give her some love, and I will see you in my next video.